call them inchworms. So feet about shoulder width apart. You're just going to walk your hands out, get into like a high plank position, and then walk back in. You want to try and keep your legs as straight as possible so you get the stretch through your hamstrings at the top of the movement. We'll just do like 5 or 6 of these. Do one more. All right, next one we're going to do, go about 2 shoulder widths wide, and we're just going to rotate from one side to the other. And the idea, again, is try and keep your legs straight so you can stretch through your hamstrings and through your adductors. So let's do 5 or 6 on each side again. All right, standing up, we're going to do some squats. So with our squats, we want about shoulder width apart with your feet, toes slightly out so they're not dead straight. And we're squatting down. We'll make sure your heels stay on the ground and your knees are in line with the middle of your middle toe. Try and keep your chest up so your torso is nice and straight. So we'll just do 10 of these. All right, next one we're going to do slightly wider than a normal squat. Hands on your feet. We're going to squat down and then come back up. The idea of this one is to stretch through your hamstrings at the top, stretch through your groin at the bottom. Doesn't matter if you can't make it all the way down, just go down to whatever feels comfortable. So I'll do about 10 of these. All right, next one we got, I'm just going to go in that deep squat position, just going to rock side to side, just to mobilize your ankles a little bit. Do another 3 or 4. All right, next one we got, you're going to get into your high plank, step up a little bit into like a mountain climb position, and then you're going to rotate through your upper back. Step back, step up, rotate. If you want to, you can have that back knee touch the ground. Doesn't really matter. The idea of this one is to rotate through your upper back, feel that stretch through your thoracic region. So we'll do about 5 or 6 on each side. All right, next one we've got, we did these on Thursday. They're downward dogs into a high plank. So you want your downward dog position, which is, I'm not sure what I look like, but we want to try and make it into a triangle. So you bum straight up in the air, and then you're just rocking forward into your high plank position. Down to downward dog, forward into a high plank. With your high plank, you want to try and make sure your hands and your shoulders are in line, so it's a straight line, straight up. With your downward dog, we want a bit of a stretch through your calves. We'll just do a couple more. All right, next one we've got, call them fire hydrants. So on your hands and knees, you're going to bring one leg out to the side, rotate, back down. Out to the side, rotate, back down. Want to try and keep everything else besides your leg nice and still. So minimal movement through your back. We don't want your hips rotating up. It's just your leg doing the moving. All right, change direction. So same leg, but just opposite way. All right, swap sides. And change direction. All right, next one we've got, you'll be lying flat on the ground, arms out to your sides. You're going to get your opposite foot, try and touch your opposite hand. All right, so just to get a stretch through your torso, so your hip flexors a little bit. You want to try and keep your shoulders on the ground if you can. Let's do a couple more. All right, and the last one, for our mobility, call them dead bugs. So you're lying on your back, arms and legs up in the air, opposite arm, opposite leg goes out, back in. You want to try not to move the opposing limbs. So everything else should be nice and still. It's just one arm, one leg going out. Let's do another half a dozen. And relax. Cool. That's our warm up. Grab a drink if you need a drink, and I'll run through what we're doing. We've got one big circuit. It's going to be, we'll hopefully get through it twice, 45 seconds on each station. It's pretty straightforward. Most of them you can add weight to if you want to make it harder, or just stick with the body weight version. First exercise we've got, you're just going to squat. As you come up, extend a leg. All right. So you're going to do 45 seconds of that one. With the extension, we just want it out wide enough so you can engage through your glute, but not too wide that your whole body's moving. All right. So you want to try and keep your torso straight, just like that. We want minimal hip movement, minimal torso movement. So that's the first exercise. Second exercise, we've got single leg deadlifts. So a slight bend in your knee, coming down, back up, down, back up. With these ones, ideally, you won't end up, I'm not sure what I look like, basically a straight line parallel with the ground. So your body and your leg move at the same time like a pendulum. So you're going to do 45 seconds on one leg, 25 seconds on the other. The fourth exercise, you'll need a chair or a couch or a bench or whatever you've got access to. If you don't have access to anything, just do bridges on the ground, where we've got hip thrusters. So it's similar movement to a bridge, except you get because of this elevated upper body, you get a bigger range of motion. If you want to, you can add a weight onto your hips. Next exercise, we've got donkey kickbacks. So in a hands and knees position, you're coming up with your leg and you want to try and kick your heel up as high as possible. All right, so we'll just be opposite, just keep alternating each time. Next exercise, we've got calf raises. You're going to go 45 seconds on one leg and then 45 seconds on the other leg. Nice and simple. Again, you can add a weight if you want to. And then the last exercise we've got, you need a wall and you're just doing a wall sit for 45 seconds. So all the exercises are pretty straightforward. You can add weight to most of them if you want. But yeah, other than that, get set up, find yourself a chair if you need your chair for your thruster, and we'll start in about 30 seconds. So it's going to be 45 seconds of each one, no rest in between the exercises. And then we'll get a minute or two rest before we do it again for the second round. So we'll start in about 10 seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1, and go. So we've got squats with that side step up, or step out. Really focus on squeezing through your glutes when you extend that leg. When you're squatting, just make sure those heels stay on the ground. Try and keep your torso as upright as you can. We've got about 15 seconds to go. Three, 2, 1, and change. So straight into your single leg deadlifts. You're going to go 45 seconds on one side. If you need to, for balance, you can grab something really light in your hand. That sort of offsets the weight of your foot. Just want to try and keep, if you can, your hips nice and square so you're not rotating through your back as well. We've got about 20 seconds. And swap sides. Halfway. Five seconds to go. Couple more reps. 3, 2, 1, and change. Straight into hip thrusters. So using your bench or your chair or your couch. About 15 seconds. And change. Same for your donkey kickbacks, on your hands and knees. And just alternating each time. Really focus on kicking that heel up as high as you can. You want to think about trying to kick the back of your head with your heel. That's the sort of motion you want to aim for. About 15 seconds. Three, two, one, change. Standing up with your calf raises. Let's go left leg first. If you need to use a wall or something for balance, you can. You want to try and get as high up on your toes as possible. So 15 seconds. Three, two, one, and change. Other leg. $30 seconds to go. $10 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and change. Last exercise, your wall sit. So you need your wall for this one, obviously. Positioning wise, you want to aim for your knee to be in line with your heel. Thighs parallel to the ground if possible. Up to you if you want to rest your hands on your legs or if you want to have them wherever. Doesn't matter too much really. Just focus on your breathing with this one. Might find it easier if you try and push your hips into the wall. Got about 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Cool. Grab a drink. We'll rest for a minute or two. Cool. So yeah, we'll rest for about a minute, minute and a half, and we'll go through it one more time. And then we'll finish off with some stretches if we've got time. Have another 30 seconds rest. Like I said, if you want to make any of the exercises harder, you can just always add a weight. If you're going to add a weight for your single leg deadlifts, use it on the opposite arm, the legs going up of. That makes sense. Just so it's easier to balance. We'll start in about 15 seconds. All right, let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. So squat, leg up. Try and focus on keeping that torso as straight as you possibly can. Minimal movement through your through your spine. Fifteen seconds to go. Almost there. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and change. So into your deadlifts. Slight bend in your knee. Try and keep everything nice and square, nice and straight. Halfway. Got 10 seconds to go. And change sides. So other leg this time. About 15 seconds. And change. So using your bench or your couch, chair, your hip thrusters. Like I said, you can add a weight to this one if you want to. Halfway. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and change. So hands and knees. We've got our donkey kickbacks. Try and get that heel as far back as you can. I'll be feeling this one through your glutes and through your hamstrings. About 15 seconds to go. Alright, now change. Standing up, we've got our calf raises. 45 seconds on one side. Halfway. Ten seconds to go. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1, and swap sides. Ten seconds to go. Almost there. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change. Last exercise. 45 second wall sit. Try and keep everything as square as possible. So knees and heels in line. The last exercise for today. I've got some stretches. Almost there. Focus on your breathing. We've got 15 seconds. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good start. Grab a drink. We'll do a couple of stretches while we've got time. So when you're ready, just in a lunge position, you just want to lean forward a little bit to get stretched through that, back hip flexor. I showed some alternatives for this the other day. We can either lean forward, you can rotate over that leading leg with your upper body. We can lean opposite direction, try and push that knee out, or you can just tuck your tailbone under and push through. Whatever feels tightest for you is what you should work on. Everybody's going to be slightly different. All right, soft legs. All right, sitting down, legs straight out in front of you. Reach forward, stretch out your hamstrings. So if you can, touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes, just grab your ankles or your calves and try to pull your chest down towards your legs. Try to keep your toes pointed straight up in the air if you can. All right, next one we've got stretch out your quads. So you can do this one standing up if this feels uncomfortable, but just have one foot behind you like that, and then just lean as far back as you can. If you can, get your body onto the ground. Otherwise, just go until you find the stretch. If it's too uncomfortable, you can stand up and just do it standing. All right, swap sides. All right, laying down on your back, we'll just hug one knee to your chest. Try to get your other leg straight. And then bring that leg across your body. You want aim to get your knee to touch the ground, but at the same time get your hips to stay on the ground. So you get stretched through your glutes and through your lower back. All right, bring that back. Swap legs. So hugging to your chest first. And bring it across your body. And relax.